Hate that it does that. How many main songs do I expect to find today? I'm expecting 2 to 3, but I would settle with 1. Something like that.
Well, since you've given up on having MVS at the end of each month, I may as well use this for comedic effect. Feel my name as Immortal Kind, and I sling the bling bling.
My name's Mortal King, and I sling the bling bling. That's right. Oh, my sound is a little... Thank you, Emroy. There's many llamas, yes. Yeah, there's some mix and match with MVS
people are always
stuff.
Stopping me in the street and saying how you're living the dream with your big full-time streaming gig you got going on. Living the dream. But I always tell them, every time it happens, which as you could imagine is all the time, I tell them, no, Mr. Llama goes through happiness at work and has a downright sadistic boss just like you, and I always tell them this, Llama. You a working CL unicorns gal. Anyways, keep up that YouTube smile.
You're a working class gal. Thank you for telling them that. It's true. You know what happens? Every day I come into work and I have thousands of bosses. Every single day. And you know what happens if I forget to put the cover sheet on the TPS reports? Let me tell you, Bob. I have thousands of bosses stop by and tell me that I forgot to put the cover sheet. And you know, that doesn't make me really want to work harder. Makes me want to do just enough to not get yelled at. Where's the motivation? You know? Now we just need to tailor that speech for you guys. Then we're Gucci. Monday is simply a state of mind. That's right. Gonna show them my O face.
I'm telling you, the problem is you're not even submitting your TPS reports. Don't use the cover as an excuse. TPS report for Monday.
Wow. Look, whether I submit it or not is irrelevant. Thanks, S&T and Dirtmole. Yeah, man vs. stream. I'm looking, and I know this is crazy.
A gift for you.
17, 18 of April? I know, that's like such a ways away.
I'm overburdened.
I can't do next weekend, which would be the ideal weekend for it. And the weekend after that is unavailable.
A gift for you. How are you, Merlama?
Paladin and Moors and Mers. Thank you.
A gift for you.
Exactly, Emroy. And Craptacular with 5 big ol' subs. Wow. Throwing down on the train. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Fresh meat.
I mean, I also need to design some changes for Man vs. Stream. And Diet Warlord, thank you as well. And the biddies. Choo-choo. Craptacular with 1,000 bits. And Dirtmole for Sub-Zero with 100. And Dirtmole with the sub. Mwah! Oh my god, you guys. My goodness. Let's find it. I agree.
fresh meat.
Thank you. Danke, danke.
Scans your shirt, that'll be $12.95. Haha, bet nobody has made that joke before.
That's
To
very
hear
good.
more llama barcode shirt jokes, press 1 now. Did you ever see a llama kiss a llama on the llama? Llama's llama tastes of llama. Llama llama duck, half a llama, twice a llama, not a llama farmer. Llama llama in a car, alarma, llama llama duck.
Fresh
Are those the
meat.
lyrics from it? Thought I had different lyrics. Thank you, Godfiend. Thank you, Jungler. Thank you, Der Kroger and SNT. My sub count is out of sync. Oh,
Is
yeah.
it delayed so we have a Diablo 2 resurrected MVS? Or does the NDA even cover D2R MVS?
Diablo 2 Resurrected MVS. I doubt we could do that because Evo software would not work with it at all. Normal to Hell Leaf. A lot of people aren't going to use Normal to Hell Leaf because it's going to be a little bit dangerous in Hell. It's technically possible if you're running fire. Dono Beeson with 5 gifted subs. My lord. My goodness.
A gift for you. Looking forward to that subscriber-only man versus stream in Supro.
Not. Remember, we don't have any sub-only streams. Thank you. Thank you, Mog. Thank you, Triple Shah. We'll donate bits for Ming's find. Me too.
Fresh meat.
I will also donate for Ming's find. Ethan, thank you for the sub. We're all feeling that one. Flawless aim at this. No OnlyFans, but we have a fans only. Wow. Wondering if you have any influence on D2R dev process and decisions.
OMG. I totally forgot it's April soon. I better sell my
probably.
mother's medication again.
Wow. Don't even say that. What's wrong with you? Snicker! With the lead. Nobody's selling their medication or for their moms.
I really like your stream, Mr. Llama 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 less than 3.
Llama, llama. Wow. Y'all need to settle down. It's too early on a Monday for all this hype. My goodness,
Keep the hype
Craptacular.
up.
Mwah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Been playing D2 on and off since release. Finally beat Ball on NM because of your guide.
Nice.
So thanks. I.O. doll, I.O. doll.
Do doll. Get yourself through hell. Indigo. My homie. Oh my lord.
Fresh meat. Fresh meat.
My lord. Indigo Ferroni, my brother, with 5 gifted subs. Jungler, thank you. Hook with the prime. And Borg with 10 gifted subs. We have completed the scam train. Everybody should be getting a scam email in their inbox hopefully soon. Feel free to respond to that and you can get scammed out of all of your money.
Good day.
Wow, thank you guys so much. Mwah. It's a new feature we've got implemented, yes. I worked with a team from Nigeria. They're actually princes. They said they can help me out. Is one of them your distant relative that just died by any chance? You did have a distant relative that just died over there. How'd you know? I guess you already heard the news. Did you know he was loaded?
I want tier 3 this payroll. Audio and video is nice, but I gotta get that T3 exclusive private Snapchat story.
Okay, well there's none of that. Just remember. Thank you very much.
Fresh meat.
Why are those backwards? And thank you, Kevin. Mwah.
Where can I take you?
First time watching live. Welcome over, Blinder.
A gift for you.
Call me Cywolf. Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome back for 3 months. Use a rap song using the teleport as the base. I mean, there's a lot of great and cool beats you can make with the Diablo sounds. A lot of people actually made some when I was asking for a beat at the start. They sent over some really decent stuff. But I found that it still sounded a little too gamey, you know. So I ended up going with a more, you know, professional beat with some of the sounds. Standard Edge, thank you for the 2 months. You're using the guide. Normal difficulty was easy for the Zealot. Yeah. Normal's gonna be easy. Nightmare will be like pretty solid actually. Hell's gonna be hard. But once again, it always is, and this is why I always say take 5-10 hours at least and just go farm some stuff, you know.
Thank you for your D2 insight.
Thank you, Ink. Thanks, Alex. We're always having a good day. Have I watched One Piece? Is that the prequel to Two Pieces? Just checking. No, it's the sequel to Whole. Oh, okay. No, I haven't seen that one. Sorry.
Your presence
Join my army of the dead.
You
Ooh,
should really
Chinter's nice,
consider
Emily.
magic finding on another day. You do know Meng Song doesn't run any lessons on Monday.
Is that why I haven't been able to find it? Poor scheduling.
Fresh meat.
Heron of Ale with 5 gifted subs. What has gotten into you guys this morning? Mwah. Thank you so much. Ah, yes, of course, Utima. Stimulus checks? Those came like a month ago or something, right? Change to 3,600 sub goal to 3,000.
where can I take you?
This is the problem with sub goals. They're constantly
Hey
adjusting.
Mama, happy to catch you
everywhere.
streaming. Glad to see you doing well streaming full time.
Thank you, La. Shaco today or unsubbing? We found Shaco. It was the first drop of the day. It was a rare Shaco, but technically Shaco, so you have to stay sub. Sorry. Nailed it.
Can't carry anymore.
Got him, boys. Got him on a technicality.
2 Shacos today are unsubbing.
2. My goodness. I actually have had days where I found 2 Shakos. Like unique ones.
Good day.
When are we getting the 3K sub goal stream? Well, the problem is we put up the 3K goal. Like, alright, so let's adjust this to 3K. But then if Man vs. Stream comes around, then it blows past it. So we'll put it there. That seems fair. But then we'll adjust at MVS Day.
Fresh meat.
Thanks, Ook. I do have an Amazon cosplay I need to do. This is correct. This is correct. Sorry, Gramazon. I think we just owe the Gramazon, right? Because we did the Hell Zealot guided playthrough, and we did the you can request a sub using your channel points.
Your presence honors me.
Any big plans for Detour release party yet, or just race for top 2? Oh, to the top. I was like, no, I'm going for top 1. Probably just race to the top. In the alpha, we'll go exploring everything whenever alpha is coming. Hopefully soon, once again. How many rare Archon stabs have I found? Way too many. Statistically, way too many. Sometimes you gotta stop and smell the garlic. That's right. Thank you, Magic Beard. What happens when you finish the Grail? We party.
Good day.
We make an account full of characters and we Grail on all of them.
Join my army of the dead.
Today is the day. Mang Songs Inc. I can feel it in my bone sphere.
I feel ya. I can feel it in your bone sphere as well. Wait, why am I feeling your... Never mind. Never mind. My magic finding method is I swap around areas depending on what I feel like doing. Are we still doing Scam Gillette? I just bought $1,000 worth of shaving cream. I wish we were still doing it. They literally paid you in more bits. Oh, that was the greatest thing ever. Once upon a time, you could buy some Gillette.
I hate to be the sugar on the eggs here, but I don't believe you after BlizzCon.
Wow.
Every BlizzCon something bad happens. Llama curses live on stream and llama lies.
Wow. You could buy Gillette products, and then they would give you double what you bought in Twitch bits. It was amazing.
Your presence.
So not only did you get product, you also got bits. It was so good. I miss that time. It's the greatest scam. When was this? They did it twice, actually. Somehow they didn't learn their lesson after the first time that it was just giving away free money. Well, the point was, if you're not someone who puts money into Twitch and bits, then don't do it. If you're ever someone who wants to donate to a streamer ever, it is so worth it. So. Or if you like Gillette. You don't even have to like Gillette. Donate it to the local homeless shelter. Throw it in the trash. I don't care. Do whatever you want with the product. It was just free money on the table.
I am overburdened.
Join my army of the dead.
I like Mang Songs Mondays.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Lo. Yeah, Venomord is... It has to be the most common unique in the game. I think it is.
I am overburdened.
Will I do other classes on Trolls of Destruction too? Yeah, I was considering doing one today, but I have a...
Help me! Donate to a streamer? That
Apix.
sounds like a bad financial move. Think of the guac I could buy. Grow the buck up.
Thank you very much. It's true. There is guac you could be buying. But those who can afford guac at Chipotle can afford to throw a little something, something. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I can't even afford guac at Chipotle. And I think I do all right.
Yes?
That's for the ultra rich. You do get guac, Emroy? Wow, high roller.
Join my army of the dead.
These bits are exclusively to be used on guac or peanut butter. I am overburdened.
Smooth peanut butter, you got a deal. I think I do need some more soon. Indigo with the gifted sub defenders. How's your day going, bruh? Did I try Chipotle's new quesadillas? I did. I actually had one yesterday. I thought, I mean, they've always done them, but a little bit differently. Vibin'? Nice, bruh. Me too. I feel like I'm vibing lately.
Good day.
I'm ready to just like sit down, get like 10 beats thrown at me, and drop an album for Immortal King. It's kind of what I'm starting to feel, you know? Ready to just have a week where I just get in the flow and go. Oh yeah, let me turn on the thingy so you can see my gear. This will be easier for you. Going full Kanye? Trying. Well, never go full Kanye first. Let's just say that much. You never want to go full Kanye. All right, exclamation mark gear should guac is cheaper if you make it yourself. The problem with making guac myself is whenever I make guac, or if you ever want to take the time to make guac, you always end up with like
I am overburdened.
a tub or a whole bowl worth of guac. And then you have way too much guac, and it goes bad after like 2 days. Hey, Luigi. And then you know, so now you're just sitting there eating tons of guac. Share. You remember there's a pandemic going on. Who am I sharing my guac with? I ain't having people over. I mean, and I would happily eat that much guac, but maybe that's too much fat. I don't know if it's too much. Use 1 avocado. And then have the ingredients and then like, it seems like a smart way to do it, but a bit tricky. Nice, Zamp. Go get it. We're the same distance away from it. But yeah, so I had their quesadilla yesterday. It wasn't the best quesadilla I've ever had.
Didn't you eat 2 jars of olives? How bad can anything else on the planet be?
It's true, it was a lot of olives. It was a good quesadilla. I'm sure I'll get it again in the future when I'm feeling the style. But I was overall like, it's not as good as I was hoping. You know, I was hoping for it to be like their burritos and stuff where it like is the best thing I've ever eaten or whatever. But, you know, it was aight. It was totally fine. Like I said, I'll get it again in the future. But it was a little lacking-ish. A little bit. Now, that being said, there's this little Mexican, you know, restaurant joint, hole-in-the-wall place that's down the street that has those amazing little, you know, Mexican tacos. And, oh, it's everything in there is so good. And they've got such bomb quesadillas. Oh my god. Oh my god, they're so good.
A gift for you.
Thank you, Empty Pork. Why not just go there for everything? Well, Chipotle's walking distance. And that one's a little bit further. I have to drive. If it was walking distance, I would go there probably every day.
Where can I take you?
But I like to walk. You know, I sit on a computer a lot. So if I can walk towards my food, like, it is very nice for me. Additionally, it makes me feel like I'm a hunter in the old days, you know, having to go out and find food, hunt it down. And, you know, Chipotle is always totally decent. Yeah, I hunt my burritos. Go for a little guac walk. I should coin that term. That'll be a thing I'll put in my sponsorship pitch to Chipotle.
Your presence
How about go for a little guac walk? Anybody who on their Chipotle app shows that they walked a certain number of distance gets free guac 1 time a month or something. That way Chipotle is promoting people being healthy and going to Chipotle. Look at that, I should be in marketing. Make America skinny again. That's right. One guac at a time.
I am over.
How much distance did you walk? I walk 6 distances. That's enough.
I think Freebirds is better.
Whoa. Watch yourself. Now, I feel like Freeburbs, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they've got the like regular burrito and then they've got the monster, right? Which is supposed to be some giant burrito. But the last 2 to 3 times I've gone there over the past couple of years, the monster burrito is the same size or smaller than a regular Chipotle burrito. And I remember when I was like in college, the monster burrito was like insane. Like it was bigger. They also have a super monster. Oh my god. Maybe it's the super monster that's the big one. All I know is I was very disappointed in the size and I felt like it was too expensive for not enough. It's still good. I will still gladly go and eat it. But I didn't feel like it beat out Chipotle, you know. Kind of like Qdoba. It's nice, you get a little chicken quesadilla or chicken burrito thingy, whatever, with queso. And it's yummy. But the overall quality, you can tell, is lower there, you know. Thank you, Mad Max, for that sub, my friend. And John Mack. Mwah.
Join my army of the dead.
Idea. A monster burrito, but with the beef actually cooked in monster.
Ooh.
With fresh dollops of week-old chunky mayo.
Oh, that's gross. That's gross. Yeah, I eat a lot of Mexican and or fake Mexican food every week. Like I'm either going to Chipotle, which is a majority of the meals. If I'm not going there, I probably go to my little Mexican joint down there, get some, you know, authentic Mexican. And then every now and then, if it's too late, I fill in with some Taco Bell. Which is actually, of the fast foods, not the worst fast food. Probably one of the better fast foods, health-wise. Obviously, it's not great for you when you're eating fake meat, but, you know, you don't have too much crap in there. Pretty plain ingredients. I don't cook, I'm Italian. I know, my dad and my brother cooks. It's true, Evo. My dad and my brother cook, my mom and myself do not. I don't know. Am I supposed to get a high when I'm cooking? It's kind of, I feel like it's like when people are running, right? And they come back and they talk about the runner's high, how they, you know, went and ran for 20 miles and it was glorious and they just had that runner's high the whole time and blah, blah, blah. And like, look, I'm all about running, but I mean, it just sucks the whole time, right? Like I'm out there and I'm just like, God, this sucks. You know, I have to do it, but like, I don't feel good. And yet, you know, all the runners have that. And then you have the people who go and always cook and they find like they love the cooking and it's like they get the cooking high or something. And once again, when I'm cooking, I'm like, man, this just kind of sucks. Nothing fun about it. It's just a chore. I get a high from saving money? Maybe. Maybe putting money into my IRA is where I get my high or something. Most of the time when you cook dinner, you feel like eating cereal when you're done instead. Exactly. That's how I feel. So I guess that is it. Because I get the high when I'm doing, like, you know, budgeting, reading up on new changes in the laws for taxes, or for
Fresh meat.
various deductions
Dirtmole
they've
gifted a
changed
tier
and
1
things
sub
like
to
that.
Jess_JGRBTX.
I could do that all day. Thanks,
This is their
Dirtmole.
first gift sub in the channel.
Join my army of the
Seeking financial advice. How much income do you need to afford Taco Bell, Chipotle, and Free Bird? If I can't afford guac at Chipotle, is it too much of a stretch to try Free Bird? Or am I
Probably.
better off getting Taco Bell and putting the rest into an IRA?
So the big thing is you're gonna get a big spike in quality from the Taco Bell boost to Chipotle. Fate to fall. It's me.
Found love in D2 again after 10 years, thanks to Iodole. Found lessons song mong first time in my Iodole. Do you have the gods of randomness on your side today
Wow.
too?
You found Mang songs? Gosh dang it. GG. So, like, I mean, honestly, Taco Bell and Chipotle, the cost is pretty similar. Like, if I go to Taco Bell, I'm going to get a cheesy gordita crunch and a couple soft tacos. And that's like $7-8. And if I go to Chipotle and I get a burrito, that's like $7-8. So the cost is actually pretty much the same, but you get a lot higher quality when you go to Chipotle. So that's why I recommend doing the Chipotle. Sorry, Howard. It's an unfortunate experience with it. I feel like at Freebirds, I end up paying like $10, $11 for the same or worse quality burrito. But somebody who's a little more hip ends up making it. So, you know, you got that trade-off, I guess. You're paying for the tattoo artistry of your
Iodole new D2R room.
burrito creators. Iodole new D2R rune word. Yep. I'm gonna put it in. It's a good point, Microsoft. It's a good point. Business meeting. I would happily have a business meeting every day at Chipotle. That'd be a great way to write off my expenses. Am I farming for something specific? Mang songs.
I can't carry it.
That's it. Everything else is, you know, there's cool things to find and stuff, but yeah, like we said, Qdoba's nice, but the quality has dropped a little bit. Qdoba fits more in like Taco Bell than Chipotle, I feel like. Like it tastes good, but the ingredients aren't as high quality. They don't charge for guac. That's true. But they give you tiny little spoonfuls of everything, and they're kind of like I say, the quality is not as good. I have not loved Moe's. I think I've had Moe's. I don't remember much though. It's a good idea, Emily. I like the creative spirit. They charge for queso at Qdoba.
Fresh meat.
Atabs1. Thank you for the sub. Welcome to the lamers of the round. The ones you've been to didn't charge for it? I'm pretty sure they charge for queso at Qdoba.
High off cooking for other people? Cannibal Lecter. Dr. Lecter gets a high off cooking. For other people.
Sounds like a nice guy. Oh, for other people. Oh. As a native Mexican, Chipotle is actually pretty good. It is. Part 2 of Trolls to Destruction 2. Yeah, we'll run some more of it. I think Tuesday we'll run more of it. Yeah, the queso chicken burrito is the thing to get if you're there. Who owns Chipotle? McDonald's? I think. That's why whenever Kylie's like, let's go get McDonald's, I always take her to Chipotle. And then she yells at me and I'm like, technically!
People told me after Nightmare I am supposed to go to hell. She doesn't like it. But Mr. Llama, I'm scared and not interested in sitting at a dinner table in rainbows sharing mojitos with Genghis Khan and those other bad dudes.
That's true. Chipotle is a public company. I'm pretty sure Mickey D's has ownership of Chipotle. In some capacity.
I can't carry anymore.
They sold their share.
I need mana.
Oh, okay. Dumb move there. Hold forever. Or they do have majority. Did they sell or not? I thought they had majority investor. Yeah. Hodl on Chipotle. That's right. Diamond burritos. Man, this year really has shown what a joke the stock market is, hasn't it? It's been crazy.
Good day.
Really highlighted a lot of flaws in the system. How many GameStop shares do I have? I have none of the GameStops. I do not have any of those. Unless they're... Well, I probably do if they're in my mutual funds. Index funds. F. Zanado. Thank you very much. And E. Sadler.
Derpy playthrough when?
Hey, Derpy playthrough. Bro, Derpy gonna be having trouble getting through Act 2.
Try Chipotle sauce with mango or tamarindo. Just delicious.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, Zava.
Isometrics. No llama. Ah, now Yam RPG is going to take forever.
That was a fantastic line. Yeah, I mean, I don't get too in depth in all of the craziness of trying to stock pick and all that stuff. The main thing I just do is say, is this a fund that has low administration fees? By that I mean like 0.1 or less. And does it have a balance of stock and bond that fits my risk diversity? Thanks, Freddy boy. And that's pretty much how I do it. So it's pretty chill. Yeah, one of each stock. Exactly. Welcome back. 27 months, Freddy boy. But if you pick the right stock, you'll be rich. Yeah, but if you pick all the stocks over time, you'll also be rich. Without the risk of picking the wrong stock. I play the game of the only way I lose is when everybody loses. And it's worked out pretty well for me. F? Aww. I think I need that one, Ethereal.
It's locked.
But 8% annual gain is so boring. It's 8% post-inflation.
Can I take you?
More like 10 to 11% annual gain. Now is it boring?
Join my army of the dead.
I need mana. I can't use that. Not enough mana.
Well,
Not
I
enough
would
mana.
recommend the
My
Prime
sprinkler
in that
goes like
case,
this,
Sion.
STS.
Makes me nervous.
Join my army.
Oh, you didn't subscribe to a fund that gives you the timeshare in Aspen, or the limited access to the private jet. You need to get a stonk broker.
I guess so. After making 2K off GME, I like boring a lot. Yeah. I mean, honestly, if I would always recommend to someone, like, you know, if you want, leave a little something if you are very responsible for you to play around with, right? 1%, 2, 3, 4, 5% of your portfolio. Take it, throw it in crazy gambles. Put it on the GME, put it into Amazon. Oh, that's not really that crazy of a gamble. Amazon many years ago. Put it into Apple in 2003, whatever. Put it into the Bitcoin, whatever you want, right? Do your little crazy thing, have some fun. Just don't make sure that you're being stupid and you're like, oh, now I got to put more in, and you go and dip into the other 95% or whatever it is, right? Because the second you start doing all that, that's where you start screwing yourself over. So that's where you have to have that responsibility, right? Repeat after me. Yeah, and don't if you're doing whatever. But the good thing is, if you do that, you'll get a very good feeling of what it's like to play in these higher risk investment areas. And oftentimes, I find it can be really good because it can give you a sense of your risk tolerance, as they say. So you can go in there and be like, yo, I'm going to put, you know, $5,000 into GME. And then you put $5,000 into GME, and then the next day GME crashes to half the value, and now it's worth $2,500. And then you sit there and you're like, this doesn't feel good. You know, like I'm constantly just checking it every second of the day. I'm typing it in. I'm watching for it. I'm reading all the DDs. I'm going to the Wall Street bets and having people reassure me that I have to diamond hand and all this stuff and that everything's going to be okay and blah, 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 whatever. Or maybe you panic sell because you're like, I can't lose any more and blah, blah. And it really gives you a good sense of what type of investor you are and how it feels to really play into the high risk things, right? Is it something that you actually enjoy, or is it something that feels a lot like when you're at a slot machine in Vegas and you're getting that like high because you're gambling, but you're also like freaking out because you put a lot of money on the table and you really need that roulette wheel to land on black, you know? And so I feel like all of that is good to learn about yourself. Thank you, Amartan, by the way. Good to learn about yourself and good to see, you know, this is assuming someone with a 100K portfolio puts the 5K in, right? Once again, don't do more than like 5%. That'd be like the max I would do in play money. But don't, you know, good to see what it's like, right? And how you react and how it feels. Because that's something that I definitely noticed over time, which was a reason that I don't do any of that stuff, right? Yeah, it's a cute life lesson. I realized that whenever I would pick things like stocks or anything of that sort, it would just, I would hyper analyze it and I would constantly be watching it and it would kind of consume my life, and it was fun for a little bit, but all the downs were big downs and all that stuff, and I just didn't enjoy the cycle of how it felt. You know, I felt way too invested with it, and it was you know, way too much. And so for me, I found, you know what, VTSAX, just like dump the money into the broad market, and I was still watching it a lot, but there wasn't like a ton to analyze, you know, like, and eventually I just let it grow over years, and you know, now I just have boring money, and it's money that just sits and it has its compounding interest, which is one of the strongest forces in the universe. So, you know, always a good thing. Curious, thank you so much for 1,000 biddies. Wow. It's me.
Hi, Mr. Llama.
Hello. Mwah. Thank you. And so it's boring money, but it's Chipotle money. What's stronger, compounding interest or love? Oh, compounding interest for sure.
Sometimes you just gotta compound some dudes.
You see the divorce rate in the world? It's like 50%. Compounding interest is way stronger than that. Thanks, Nanya. I have more certainty in the overall trajectory of the market than in anybody's love life. That's all I can tell you. I don't really, I mean, I've got some dividend stocks and stuff. But, you know, like I say, I play the long game of just owning everything. That's just where I'm at. I own everything. International, national, small cap, large cap, medium. I mean, it's... And I just don't worry about it. I own you.
Mr. Llama,
Yeah.
pro streamer, rapper, chess player,
Right.
money management advisor,
That is
and
true.
the single most expensive Christmas light removal service in the entire world.
I mean, hey, you gotta set a price.
Good day.
Yeah, I've got a SEP IRA for my self-employment. Pedro, thank you. Financial analyst here. I highly recommend index funds. Hey, me too. I'm also kind of like a financial analyst. Not legally, not saying that. Just putting this out there as like a fun thing. Just making sure everybody knows. Disclaimer. Wow, I'm Roy. This is not financial advice. That's right.
I miss the IT llama more than this new accountant one.
Can still do a IT advice. That's what we have Evo for. Post my portfolio so you can mimic it and cause a short squeeze. It's just literally everything. That's it. I'm not invested in, I'm invested in two single stocks. The company I used to work for and one that I had a little bit just on play money. That's it.
So does his old employer, Kappa.
Wow. Wow. What a jerk.
Llama, your Chipotle stonks has been transferred to your Doge wallet.
How'd you know it was Chipotle?
A gift for you.
Hello Llama, I hope you are having an amazing day.
Thank you, True Blue. Nah, it's Chipotle. Obviously. Much as I eat there, I might as well, you know? That way, every time I eat Chipotle, I'm helping out my stock. Why not own a franchise? Because that's a lot of work. Oh,
What's your
God.
thoughts on crypto, and have you purchased any? Please note, any advice you give is legally binding.
Wow.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I can't.
Owning a restaurant is like the worst thing ever. I'm pretty sure. Raven. 22217. Yeah, I'm not a crypto guy. If you're looking for someone to convince you to put your money into crypto, it's
Merzinic
probably
87
not
gifted
me.
a tier 1 sub to Bahamut King 89.
Merzinic, thank you, and
Mr.
Pink
Llama
Penguin,
impressed.
thank you as well. I see the benefits of crypto and of blockchain technology in various ways. For instance, the Top Shots thing, right, where the NBA, we talked about it before, you could purchase moments. You know, it becomes kind of this fun thing, and you're collecting, and sure, you don't have the physical tangible asset in a card, but you have the physical asset on a blockchain, and you know, I understand and see that sort of stuff. No, MVS will be probably in 3 weekends. Next weekend would be the ideal time for it, but we've had a couple scheduling issues. You know, the big reason that I don't end up being overall crazy bullish on tons of crypto is the backing is still just the hype of the currency. If Elon Musk tweets out Dogecoin, then everybody buys it. You know, that sort of stuff gets me a little like, yeah, this isn't a currency. Nobody buys crypto to use it anywhere. They just buy it to hold it as an asset that they think is going to go up, and the reason it goes up is because Elon Musk tweets about it. You know, I guess you can now buy a Tesla with it and things, you know, so there's some adoptions here and there, but even still, I don't think anybody's really taking their Bitcoin, or that many people, and going and spending it on a new Tesla, because they're holding it because it always is going to go up. Red, which is not how a currency functions, right? A currency should have stability.
I saw in an old video that you came to Northern Ireland, which is cool. But nobody really goes here. Can I ask why you did?
To visit Zizarin. Thank you very much. I should do some research. I mean, I don't know what research you want me to do. I actually have an okay amount of research into it. I have a lot of friends who are heavily invested in cryptos, and you know, they're doing decent with it for sure. I understand the point of crypto. That still doesn't take away from the fact that it doesn't have a true backing other than the people who own the crypto, and that's the point, is you want to decentralize and get away from government controlled, you know, inflation and banks, and you know, why can the government go and print trillions of dollars in money and do that? Okay, it's lost its value and all of this, but the true backing of a government and an established country does end up, in my opinion, being worth more than the backing of the hype of people just buying a currency because they want it to increase in value.
Good day.
all money is fake, so why not crypto? It's true. It's true. The problem is, in my opinion still, if I, you know, the United States backs the US dollar, as do many other countries. They recognize it and back it, and it's a forced accepted currency in the country. So my IOU of the USD is required to be accepted anywhere I go in the United States. That is backed into the laws of this country. Right? That is required. Bitcoin doesn't have that backing, nor any crypto. It is not required to be accepted anywhere. It is, you know, until the dollar falls. But the dollar is so tied into the world economy.
Your presence honors me.
Sure, you're gonna have currencies up and down, right? Not saying that. You will have currencies running up and down, but the long-standing piece of the economy is has held up in the long run. And once again, crypto is not really being seen and used as a currency right now. It's being seen and used as an asset. It is, people make transactions, sure, but when you go to any when the general notion of a currency is everybody says, hold it, buy more and hold it, it's not being used as a currency on the large scale. Now, it's still in its early adoption and yada yada. But additionally, a currency needs to have some inflation to it to be successful. Because once again, there needs to be encouragement to spend a currency. That is one of the definitions of what a currency is and how it's successful. It's something that holds its value over time, doesn't have large swings very quickly,
87 gifted a tier 1
and
sub
something
to
that
Biscuit
is
100.
encouraged to be used,
given
which
4 gift
means
subs in the
healthy
channel.
inflation is positive for a currency, not a negative. Mers, thank you very much. That is the
A
point.
gift for you.
It is not meant to be something that you constantly hold and never spend in any capacity. And once again, even if you're investing or blah, 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 then it's still circulating in some capacity. But buying and putting into a savings account or into a blank account or taking cash and storing it under your bed, putting it in a box, should be discouraged for any valid currency. Because then it's not fulfilling its duty of what a currency should be. So this is, we're not even talking we're just defining currency overall right now. Bitcoin's not a currency, it's just an asset that outperforms everything else. Sure, but you know it also was an asset that outperformed everything else. Tulips. This isn't to say they're exactly the same, but this is to say anything can outperform GME.
Hold your Bitcoin, it's valuable. And
Right.
what value do they put on that? Dollars.
There's lots of things that outperform everything else.
You're in happiness that outperforms everyone else.
That's right. Thanks, Fat Bear. Thanks, Taylor. Thanks, Kwin. I can spend my tulips here? Like if there was, and once again, like I said, there is examples of blockchain technology that I truly am a believer in, and I think have some really cool ideas. That is a lot of monsters. That's density mod right in there. There are a lot of examples of blockchain technology that I'm like, yeah, actually pretty great. Personally, Bitcoin, ETH, whatever. I mean, ETH actually has better use, but Bitcoin, I don't see it. For me, it's just never been one of the things that was more than just purely hype right there.
Where can I take you?
So, that's fair. Other people are gonna think otherwise. And that's cool, you can. Yeah, it's also horrible for the environment, of course.
Also, Bitcoin is terrible for the environment.
And I can't ever get any stupid graphics cards because of all the stupid miners. So I have a personal grudge against Bitcoin. Hey man, I need a new graphics card for D2R.
Good day.
All I know is, Emroy, is since it started, everything's been botting up. It's been years like this. Right now, I have like minimum specs for D2R. Oh, nice. Use hardware swap.
I can't carry anymore.
This is my first character for it. I mean, in the alpha, I don't know. Try out lots of things, probably.
I need a key.
Derpy for D2R? Heck yeah. So anyways, once again, I have lots of friends heavily invested in crypto. Many of them are big believers of it.
In the future?
They see the value. They've explained it to me.
I somehow managed to buy an RTX 2070
And,
Super on Boxing Day. That's what I used to make the llama deepfake.
Nice. Oh. At least you admit they're deepfakes. What's my GPU? 970. GTX 970. And I'm all for them doing their stuff. I just go with the more traditional means, and that's fine by me. Isn't that a bit overboard? I think the minimum's a little bit below it, but it's very close. Yeah, I've got... I don't know. I've got a tiny bit in crypto. I think I've got like 0.1 Bitcoin or something somewhere lost. But like findable. Not lost for good. And then maybe like 1 ETH or something.
I can't carry anymore.
The real Mangsong's lesson is the friends we made along the way. It's true. This is true. I feel ya, Ack. Alright, find it, we'll have a little party. I mean, I love a gold find barb gamble. It's always fun. It's not crazy efficient. New one, start from scratch. Oh, we'll just keep going on the Grail.
Good day.
Oof. We're gonna have a lot of crypto boys in the YouTube comments here, I'll tell you what. There's gonna be long comment chains of people fighting, one person being like, you're stupid for saying this, you just don't understand. The next person being like, oh, lol, look at this idiot, believes in the crypto, can't wait for your bubble to burst. Then they'll be posting things like, you don't understand, and they're just gonna go back and forth and yelling at each other and calling each other names. I can already read it now. Right, everybody predicts the future.
I need a key.
SOJ was the first crypto, it's true.
Presence honors me.
Is it odd Twitch chat's less toxic than YouTube comments? No. You have to remember, I moderate Twitch in real time, and thus we have cultivated an environment here that lends itself generally to a more friendly place. YouTube, you can be a little more anonymous, a little less moderation, you know, I can come by later and delete something, but it's not always in the moment, and so, you know. Yeah. It's kind of the whole, like, anonymity of the internet, right? If someone is online, Duffy, right? That already gives them like one step, right? The further someone is away from you, the more they're willing to be nasty, because the less they're going to really recognize that like you're a person, right? Like, trust me, there are Karens out there who, to your face, will say nasty things. But there's many people who, when they're in a situation, when they actually meet you, when, you know, all of this stuff, they change their tune. One, they're either just too scared to say it, or two, when they're in that situation, their bodies kind of recognize a little bit more that, like, oh, I'm actually speaking with a human being and someone who might just have a different opinion than me, and that's okay, or whatever it is, right? But the second you start to get a little further away, people start to change their tune because they kind of lose that empathy. Their brains don't put together that that's an actual human being on the other side, right? So a great example is the car, right? As soon as people step into a car, a lot of people turn into raging jerks. Why? Because they have that layer of protection,
YouTube guide.
Right?
It's fun playing along with you.
Thank you. Appreciate that, MP. They become raging jerks because they have that layer away. They no longer have to see the person, and it's not they don't have to see the person, it's that they don't see the person. And so they can always imagine the worst of what that person is. That person is just all they know of them, all they see of them, all whatever is the bad driving decision that they made in the moment. And that's it. And so that becomes the entire basis for which they create this fictional character in their mind of who they are. Maybe they get a glimpse of them as they drive by and they're a little older, or they're Asian, or they wear glasses, or whatever it is, whatever racist or ageist stereotypes they want to throw at it all. I mean, old people are not as good at driving. This is very true. But, you know, they can use those little things to confirm their bias if they would like, and go from there. So you just take it and you further extrapolate it to keyboard warriors, and now we invite a whole new crowd and a whole new way to once again be even further away from people. And now they're just a sum of text that you've seen, and once again you can curate that to your needs. You can go through and find the text that you dislike, that you disagree with. You can do whatever there. For me, I am just a person on a screen, but not even a person. I am just the words that I have said.
Flawed human being.
There you go, see? And so, you know, it just gets easier and easier once again the further away you get, because you're anonymous and you don't have to own up to your actions. There's no big consequence for you saying something mean. And at the same time, you don't have to really think about, you know, how does that affect me as a person or anything. And so when it's live, it's still a little closer, but I mean, we see plenty of people that come in here and do that. But then when you go to YouTube, now it's even further, because I'm just a recording of a person. I'm not even the actual person. And so, you know, you just kind of keep going down that line of work. And it's very sad. It's very sad that that is, you know, how people act. You hate to see it. It's understandable in some ways from a research standpoint, because, you know, you can understand how the lack of empathy comes through when they don't have to connect with the person, hear the person, really, you know, feel the person's heat in the room or whatever it is, or their presence or anything like that. But, you know, it's sad to me that people are hurting. So many people are hurting so much in their lives that they choose to be so aggressive towards others. That's the saddest part to me. Ooh, 7%er. Nice. I don't think I have any room for any more 7%ers. It's a 6-4. And that's my hit recovery one. Rip. Well, still 7% MF is cool. Good for skin purposes if we need a change out.
Good day.
I've been foolish of 7s for like a year. Yeah, but it's fun to check again. Just, you know, you never know. Shut up. It's an Annie, not the Soul Stone. You know, so that's my overall saddest piece. Fox, thank you. Yeah, 7's highest I can drop. That's the overall saddest piece for me, is that there are so many people out there. Ooh. They're so angry and in so much pain, you know, hurting in one way or another.
Your presence honors me.
And that, you know, that's a whole other topic of state of the world, state of many's lives, projections of where we're going, things of that. What's the solution? Improving the world. From an overall standpoint, improving the world, right? Improving the lives of many is the best overall thing, right? There's a lot of sad, when you think about the overall state of the world, there's a lot of like sad things in how it is. But what can you do from a personal standpoint? Besides, you know, go vote and that sort of stuff. Biggest thing you can do is just try and bring more positivity than hurt or hate to the world. That's pretty much. You are faced with every day many choices. Many occasions, discussions, engagements, whatever it is. And if in that time you can bring more positivity and love to the people than hate and anger, and you're not going to be perfect. Sometimes you'll say things that are wrong, you'll do things that are wrong. I still do it all the time. But overall, if you can bring more love than hate to the world, then you're improving the world. One small action, one person, one whatever at a time. And if everybody does that, world overall improves. So that is the personal way that you can handle it. I set it just by item type. Improve my life by eating the peanut butter. That's fair, Peen. I think that's one that, you know, I don't like the increased inventory size. I think lessening that, or lessening the charm size, whatever, would be better. But, you know, that's just me.
Good day.
We'll have a party, Carm.
I am overburdened.
Find your first G's today? Nice. But yeah, that's what I discussed, Duffy. Having it be so like only these four, like these four columns can hold charms or something. So the same idea that they have in PD2 and any of that stuff, but you still just have the same inventory size instead of doubling your inventory size to allow for charms to be the entire bottom in your space for the entire top. Yeah, auto gold will be a thing. But then you lose the endgame goal of min-maxing? Well, no, you still have these charms that you're filling. So you still have, you know, okay, let's say it's half your inventory or something, right? You still have like 4 GCs you would get, your Annie, your Torch, your, you know, and then those small charms. It's just half as much min-maxing. Unlockable idle inventory. I haven't checked it out. I've heard it's decent though. Yeah, like charms are, they honestly bring in a decent amount of power, so I would be okay with nerfing them down some and dropping the power a little bit. I think having this many charms is too much. It is what it is, but I would rather decrease the number of charms than keep that whole piece and increase the inventory.
I need a keep.
Yeah, who knows, Lobby.
Good day.
Yep. I think decreasing the charms will improve character gearing a little bit as well, because you'll have less room to stack res and all these things, and you might have to make some sacrifices or changes in gear. I mean, it won't do a ton at the high end, but maybe a little bit. Exclamation mark gear to see all my gear.
Where can I take you?
I am overburdened.
Yeah, they're not going to release the first edition of D2R with a bunch of these changes. I would totally be fine with a giant nerf to grief. I would also be fine with removal of grief.
I am overburdened.
I like the idea of going back to the earlier stages, and you know, I'm a little bit more purist with items. I like items that are more interesting. Removing Enigma? No. Enigma could have some nerf to it, but PvP gets wrecked without Enigma, unfortunately. Like, if characters can't teleport, the sorceress just wins all PvP battles, pretty much. So, having Enigma, I find, actually did improve the PvP scene. Some people will disagree with that, but from my viewing of it, the bigger issue I have with Enigma is that you get like 70 strength on it and stuff. Like, what? I mean, teleport is just strong in Diablo 2. It's just true. You think we'll see some good old-fashioned zealot duels? Where? I like zealot duels. I used to do some zealot dueling back in the day. I mean, they could do something like that, Bardock. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they want to play it all.
I am overburdened.
Yeah, I trust pretty much completely that D2R is going to be good. And maybe that's a mistake to make with Blizzard. But Vicarious Visions has won me over, man. Play Heroes of the Storm with Carbot. Is he playing HOTS? What up, DJ? How you doing? First character to build at lead start? Yeah, I mean, I like Blizz Source for early character. I think it's a solid magic finder.
I am overburdened.
I'm pretty sure we'll get Pluggy in D2R. The creator of Pluggy has said he's already looking and considering doing it, depending on what they end up doing. But even if he doesn't feel like doing it, ultimately, somebody else will build it in. Whirlwind Barb is not good for starting, no. I mean, I have a guided playthrough with the Whirlwind Barbarian I'd recommend. How do you deal with cold minis in Hells of Blizz Source? Get a friend. Skip them. Get a strong mercenary. You won't have it early, though. But the first place you'll really run into cold immunes that you have to kill is going to be Act 4 of Hell. When you run into Desace. So Desace and Corlick are really the only two cold immunes that you're required to kill and you're going to have to fight and deal with. So to make a Blizz Source, just get to Act 1, Act 3 of Hell. Farm Andariel and farm Mephisto. Boom, baby, you're good to go. Ooh, 222. Not bad. Not a bad small
A
charm.
gift for you. Magic Find Monday? Is this some broadcast from the future? Did I oversleep and missed work? Or is Llama just bad at labeling his streams?
Yeah.
Find out next time on the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Mwah. Best PvP PVM source build? Depends how good your gear is. Lightning is high-end gear. Fire and cold are, you don't need as good of gear.
Good day.
Yeah, MF days are nice, relaxing days. We're just here, we're chilling, we're vibing today. That's all. So many skulls, man. So many skulls. It's insane. I think large inventory looks disgusting. Do I answer a lot of the same questions every stream? Yep. What's my favorite board game? It's called 12 Hours to Midnight. I'm building it. It's almost done. I need to just sit down and put the final touches on it. And then make a prototype. Beyond that, my favorite board game, Twilight Struggle, Terraforming Mars, both very good. Game of Thrones board game, very fun. Codename's great for party play or easier game. Chess, super
I watched
fun.
your first interview with Max Schaefer today, which was really good.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
Does he or any of the original D2 team
Teleport
have any
charges.
involvement in D2R?
Ooh, look at that. That is so nice. No, they don't. 2 Amazon, 11 Allreds with teleport charges on it. That is very nice. Isn't 12 Hours to Midnight just high noon? Shut up, it's 12 Hours to Midnight. I have not played Gloomhaven. My brother has. He really loves it. I have a brother? Yeah. That's how I knew that it was so difficult for those doctors without brothers. Because I just imagined what it'd be like if I didn't have one, you know? And it just... it's just a lot.
I am overburdened.
Is it camel? I hope not.
Go llama.
Thank
May
you.
the drops be in your favor.
Woo.
Also, first time cheering, so I guess I owe doll. Restraining order. As a streamer, do you find yourself answering the same question over and over? And
Yeah.
what is that picture behind you?
It's a flower.
Good day.
It's a flower. You know, as a streamer, that's a super nice belt. God, I would love to find that in a speedrun. As a streamer, you just get used to it. That's just it. You're gonna get the same questions every day. You're gonna get the same question 50 times a day. You can either get really mad at people for it, or you can recognize that not everybody's always watching your stream all the time, and someone's gonna come in and ask a question, and then 10 minutes later someone new will come in and have the same
First
curiosity.
time donator. Last time watcher. As a streamer, do you find?
Not crazy.
Your presence honors me.
Yeah, the mods answer the same question every time as well. Exactly. Even more so when you're considered an expert. It's true.
Have you ever been asked how many bits it would take for you to eat sugared eggs on your stream?
Okay, when I can't give the sub to someone who has a sub.
Gift for you.
Hey, how many siblings do you have, and who is the oldest one?
Thank you, Pedro. Thank you,
Llama
Devious. I have one sibling, and he is the oldest. I'm the baby of the family. But I think you could have guessed that without me telling you. Hey, Newman. I seem like the baby. I'm definitely not the responsible older sibling, so I'm the attention-seeking baby. Could maybe be the lost middle child if I had, you know, multiple brothers.
Where can I take you?
You always assumed I had an older sister? Nope. My mom wishes. What if I had sisters? Then I would have sisters? I don't know what that question is supposed to be asking. What if you had a pair of jeans? Okay.
I just got my first HC character to NM. Summon Necro. I don't think I want to take him to hell. What character should I try?
Trapsin's a fun one to take through to hell. I do that guided playthrough. That's a really good time. Llama's sister run where I dress up like my sister. Would my mom trade me for a daughter? I don't think she'd admit to it. I was just saying if I had a younger sibling. Yeah.
But what if you had sisters, though?
I mean, what if I had sisters, though? Step Llama, what are you doing? Let's not do this. Uh-oh. Excuse me. Thank you.
I can't carry anymore.
Also, I blame you for my current increase in playing Diablo 2.
Sorry.
It is all your fault.
I do take that blame. I think a lot of girlfriends blame me as well.
Step Llama, I am stuck in the ancient tunnel. Help.
Jesus. Girlfriends hate him. This one simple trick. That's right. What is the drop chance of the Mang Song's lesson? 1 in 110,000. It's fabulous. I'm trying to emulate them. Will. Did I say 10,000? I meant 110,000 if I said 10,000. There's one.
I haven't told my girlfriend about you. I think she would get jealous.
Many girlfriends do end up getting jealous of me. I am great at stealing boyfriends away. If only it was the reverse. Guys only want one thing, and it's disgusting. Subbing to Mr. Llama SC so that they can watch him find Mang Song's lesson. Pretty much. Do I have all rune words? No. How many of the 110,000 have I run? 200,000.
Mr. Llama, you're a smart guy. I'm doing this test and I'm stuck on this question. Mind if I run it by you?
Sure.
You don't. Okay, thanks. If a train is going north at 50 miles per hour, and what if you had sisters?
Then I'd probably have sisters while a train was heading north at 50 miles an hour.
If only it was reverse? If the boyfriends stole you?
No, gosh dang it.
Join my army.
Do you ever fear that you have done these runs so much it will drop and muscle memory will have you save and exit before picking it up?
Not really. I think I'll get it.
Can I take you?
Let's do a short ad break. How's it going, everybody? Do you have a boyfriend who you think is going to cheat on you? For the low, low price of $4.99 or an Amazon Prime subscription, you can make sure that your boyfriend is not going to cheat on you. Just sub to Mr. Llama SC. Okay.
Fresh meat.
Thank you, Gas Man. Nailed it. Worth. What if you were the sister? When's the alpha coming? If I knew, believe me, I would tell you guys if I were allowed to.
It's locked.
Good day.
If I knew. Did I have my Zoom meeting yet with them? With who?
Do you ever think, what sort of crazy life am I living where I can play my favorite game and people will actually really enjoy watching it and pay for it, and what if I had sisters?
I wonder all of those things. Usually at the same time. Usually at the same time.
I am overburdened.
What if sisters didn't exist? Then we'd probably be extinct. That sounds like I'm saying the brothers and the sisters. No, just because girls wouldn't exist, except only child females. But that wouldn't be enough.
I can't carry anymore.
Join my army of the dead.
Please donate to streamers with hypothetical sisters today.
Only you can stop forest fires and streamers with hypothetical sisters from feeling sad. You have 3 sisters, you could lend me 1 or 2? Alright. Lend me the cutest one. Who's also at least 18.
Join my army of the dead.
How many sisters would you have?
Ooh, nice.
Your presence honors me.
Sounds too creepy. Just take it back. I was just gonna take her on a date, but that just... God, that just came off way too creepy, didn't it?
I am overburdened.
Struggle today.
Plot twist. Merlama is actually a
Yeah,
Grill in.
sounded too
Took
much like
testosterone
sex
before he
trafficking.
starts to
Agreed.
stream.
Agreed.
I can't carry anymore.
Thanks, single player. Thanks, out there. No creepier than usual. Well, that's
Okay,
sad.
sisters or stepsisters aside, what if you had a stepwife?
Stepsisters. Wait, how do you have a stepwife? So I marry into a family and the dude already has a wife? So she's my stepwife? Is that... Is that right?
Join my army of the dead.
All wives are stepwives.
Is this true? Wait, why am I marrying a dude? I just realized in that situation that I would be marrying a guy to have a wife. I guess I could marry a girl and she'd just be gay. That makes more sense. If she's a stepwife, then it has to be one of those two.
All wives matter.
All wives matter. That's right. Maybe we should talk about the weather. Maybe. We're striking out. Do I get hit on by a lot of guys? Surprisingly, yes. And judging by how many YouTube comments tell me I'm gay or ask me if I'm gay, I suppose I just have a gay vibe about me. Not that surprising. Yeah, that's what all the YouTube comments say. As a gay man, I would date you. I think you would be disappointed that I'm not gay, but thank you, I appreciate it otherwise. I'm metrosexual. That's eventually what I've resigned myself to. When I was in high school, this is true story, I had these two girlfriends. They weren't actually girlfriends, I just called them my girlfriends, you know, like in the way that okay, well now I kind of understand why. Anyways, that just explained a couple things to me right there. So I had these two friends who were females. And I used to go and hang out with them, right? And they assumed I was gay, no matter how much I told them that I was not gay. And it was amazing. I mean, it was great. I really liked them. They were both super nice. We had a lot of fun times together. You know, we'd go shopping together and go get manis and petties. And, you know, the more I explain it, the more it's really just... We also did other things, like go to batting cages and stuff. Those were the two bad examples to bring up as the first examples. Anyways. It was a great time, but I could not convince them that I was a straight man. And, you know, it was, I don't know. There's not a lot to that story. There's no, like, crazy big ending. It was just, you know, living the life of a gay man while trying to tell them I am not. But, you know, their parents also assumed I was gay, or maybe they told them or whatever, because... And this was the nice thing, I could like sleep over at their houses and all sorts of stuff, and there was never any issue with it, because they just didn't, for some reason, no, just their parents and them, they just didn't care. And they would like change right next to me, and I'd be like, guys, like maybe you should go, and they'd be like, you're gay, it's fine. I'd be like, I'm not, so I don't. All right. So, yeah, and the parents would be like, oh, honey, it's fine, you know, that sort of stuff. Was I interested in them at all? I had like a minor crush maybe on one of them, but not like, you know, major. Nothing that ended up in some really
and might I say,
rough
game recognize game
time. Thank you, Pedro. So yeah, like I said, there's not a lot more to the story. It was just a very interesting time because it went on for like a year and a half. I don't know. And eventually, one of them got upset because I was spending too much time talking to the other one. But she didn't have a crush on me. She was just mad because she felt I was taking her friend away. And, you know, it got a high school drama. You know how it goes. Yeah.
I am overburdened.
So eventually it ended. But lost contact. Yeah, I mean, then I went off to college and so did they, and you know, we went different places and you lose contact. One of them, you know, we're friends on Facebook, which I'm also friends on Facebook with random people that I've never met before, so I don't know how much that's actually worth, but you know, I can keep track of them at least. They seem to be doing fine. One of them got married to a straight man, I assume. Lonker, thank you very much. But my favorite, speaking of random people on Facebook I've never met before, there is one guy that I am friends with who I am in love with. Not a great transition coming out of the I'm not gay section, but I want to say I'm in love with from a observant. What's the best way to put this? I'm just not going to say I'm in love with him. He is
Where can I take you?
a clown. All right. I'm just going to throw it like that. The dude is a total clown. And it is amazing. So, somehow 6 years ago, I don't even know, 7 years ago, 9 years, I have no clue when and how I became friends with this guy on Facebook. I could not tell you. My guess is that it happened when I was playing some Facebook game like 10 years ago, like poker or something, and I accidentally friended somebody that joined my game. I have never met this guy in my life, okay? But he lives maybe like 100 miles from me or something. Yeah, maybe like a Farmville person. I don't know. I have no clue. All I know is there was this guy.
Well, it has happened. The llama coming out stream. We've been expecting this.
What do you mean you've been expecting? Oh my god. So, it's ridiculous, Taylor. So, I don't know how I met him. All I know is he was always kind of a strange dude, posting some strange things and whatever. But one day, you know, like he started like making a puppet and things, and anybody who makes a puppet is, you know, a little strange. I don't think anybody's fully. And sorry to all the puppet makers in the stream. You know, kind of like being John Malkovich style, right? A little too into it. But that was like the start of it. And then it continued on from there, where he just started posting these little things about like clowns and all of that. And then he like he just slowly has transitioned over the past X years into becoming a clown. It started off with him just like putting on a red nose. Yeah, Heaven's Light's nice. You know, he just put on a little red nose and just kind of like wore that around all the time. And, you know, like he would wear it to dinner and his mom would get mad at him and yell at him to take it off. And he'd be like, "This is who I am, Mom." And then he'd like run upstairs. Like he would like write little diaries about this stuff, about how it was like difficult. And he was like coming into himself, figuring out. Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. Absolutely fascinating. And so, you know, then he'd like start to wear it to school and things like this. And then, you know, all of a sudden he was putting on makeup, but like, you know, clown makeup and things. And he was like getting more festive things. You know, he get the little squirty flower and all of this stuff. And, you know, his mom, you could tell, was very upset. You know, it's just a phase, blah, blah, blah. And he just kind of like kept going with it. And then he went off to some famous clown training school where there were a bunch of clowns. It was like a summer camp for clowns, but like tons of them were there. Yeah, essentially like clown college. Well, he's studying theater at a community college.
This is who you're in love with, huh? A kid who cosplays clowns?
You gotta love it in a weird way. Oh man, I wanna like, I'm not gonna tell you guys his stuff, but I wanna bring up some of the things. Because there's just so many great things. So then, yeah, so he's gone off to that, but he went off to like clown college. And he just keeps clowning, man. He just keeps clowning. So, you know, he's got all these Meisner acting for the camera, practicum, scene design, like all of his classes are, you know, whatever things. Cosplay design and construction is a class. Yoga is a class that he's taking.
Join my
Clowning is actually a lot more legit than most people think.
It's a whole thing. Yeah, no, for real. And, you know, and so he does all these, like, he posts all these videos of, like, him, because he has to do practice for his clown presentations in his classes. And so he'll post, you know, him doing all that stuff.
Meat.
Thank you, Limpkin. And I just... Hey, Jason. And it's just been absolutely fascinating to watch his transition, like I said, over the past, like, 9 years, into a clown. And now he's full clown. You know, he's got his whole, like, get-up of what, like, his clown is. So it's like finding your internal clown. It seems to be like a thing. Like, you know... He experimented with all different sorts of outfits and noses and whatever stuff, makeup, to figure out like what kind of clown is he. And, you know, and then he's picked up juggling, you know, he's doing all those things. And the dude just clowns hard nowadays. Like, he's just always clowning. And he's just always posting videos and pictures of him and him as clown. And he shows up to all the family engagements as a clown and all that stuff. And it's just, you know, it's just, I just gotta admire it and love it. AVCs, always be clowning.
ABC, always be clowning.
Exactly. He really rocks the AVCs. Right, like I'm pretty sure he would go to a funeral as a clown, you know, with
like
sad makeup on, of course.
And is subtly coming out to
you
us
know,
as a
he
clown.
wouldn't be rude. He would
Next
put on his
stream,
sad
he'll be
makeup
in
for
full
it,
clown
but
get up. I'm all for it. Clown for us, llama.
yeah, of course, to be respectful. But yeah, there's just, I don't know. And like the clown college was just amazing to see because you really got to see all the different clowns. And, you know, and he did some filming of a little bit of the pieces of it. Man, it was just like the cringiest stuff I would never want to be a part of ever. But they loved it. He had the clown time of his life. Or the time of his clown life, whatever you want to call it.
Good day.
Yeah, Jim. And I don't know. It's called a Kleis. Oh, sorry. The time of his Kleis. That sounds like a dirty word. So, yeah, I just fell in love with the guy, like I said, over the whole process, because it was just, I just couldn't wait every day to get home and check his new update about the struggles of trying to be a clown in a regular family, getting your parents to accept you for being a clown and your friends, attending clown college, the struggle of yoga class, you know, all of those things. And I'm not like, I'm totally happy for the dude because the dude seems happy as a clown.
Be honest. Are you talking about your other personality?
No, this isn't my third person. You know, this is... I've never met or interacted with the guy. It's kind of been like, you know, you don't interact. You don't want to disturb. Like scientists, they don't want to disturb anything in nature, or documentary people, so they observe even if something's in trouble. Also, never meet your hero. That's right. So, yeah, you know, I just appreciate him and his clowning and everything he's done for opening my eyes to the world of clown and how it starts. Because, I mean, I can go back years and years and years and there's no clown stuff. You know, you go 8 years ago, there's no clown stuff on his profile. And then one day, you just see he's brave enough to upload a little picture of him with a clown nose. And, you know, all the girls on Twitter that are super attractive and post pictures of themselves and say, feeling ugly today, and it's a super well taken picture with some filtering and it looks great, and all the girls type below it, how brave. Clown man with the clown nose, that was real bravery to me. That was what real bravery looked like. So, if you're out there and you're not sure, you've always wanted to be a clown, but you're not sure you're going to be accepted, I'm telling you now, this guy didn't even care. He might have lost some friends. His mom maybe yells at him, who knows. He is posting so much, like, the happiest things of his life every day. He loves clowning. So, go be a clown, man. Go to clown college. Have the time of your life.
Where can I take you?
This is the regular version. And those girls are the real clowns, though. But that's kind of making fun of clowns. So, I hope that clown inspirational story helps somebody.
When I see llama go full screen, I have the same thought. You're a brave man, llama.
Wow, wait.
A brave gay man.
Wow. Not gay, just a reminder, thank you. Nothing wrong with it. Just not, you know, not me.
Good day.
So,
A gift for you.
I unironically love all of you. Except for maybe that llama guy. I still
Fair.
have my suspicions about him, Kappa.
it's fair. This is just another manic Monday. Right here. Just another magic fine Monday. I wish it was Sunday. Which means I should probably go to bed. Fair. Would you say you're super straight?
Join my army of the dead.
Who sings that song?
Presence honors
I don't know. Let them sing it though. Is that where we're going?
A gift for you. So proud to be part of the coming out stream. Less than 3 gay love to all of you.
Wow.
Join my army of the dead.
Pretty much LMAO.
Thanks, Magitech. I mean, people have, that has been the like thing of the last couple years is, you know, like it's a scale now, right? You're not like 100% straight or whatever. You could be like 90-10 or something like that. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I understand it all. I'm very metrosexual, but from a sexual standpoint, I have not had any interest in a male ever. So I feel like I'm majority straight there. I just smile a lot and am friendly. I don't know, things that most guys aren't or something.
You gotta give 110%.
If Grubby was a girl and single, well, Grubby's married and not a girl, so there's a lot of assumptions. Why don't we just create a different person for this? Because we're really just getting... It's just so far away from anything of what they are.
Where can I take you?
What if Grubby was my sister? Now that is the real question. Well, it would have been weird having to meet my sister 5 times. What if Grubby dressed as a clown? He might be more of my hero. Might be. But no, I'm mostly with all of that. I'm honestly confused here, and I'm scared to bring this up because some people in chat are going to feel the need to voice their opinion on it, no matter what. So I'm going to ask that if you feel that urge inside of you, just hold it in.
I am overburdened.
Let's just not do this song and dance. All right. There was a person on Twitter who said their pronouns were she, they. Somebody said that they were working with her and called her a girl, and she got very offended and said, I am not a girl, don't call me a girl. And she did a whole little rant about it.
I am overburdened.
And I just really would like the understanding. Once again, let's all those other people hold it in. Just zip the lips. What does she, they mean if not a girl? But well, they were mad. They said, I'm not a girl, I'm not a woman. I'm a... I think they said Femi was okay?
Where can I take you?
Come on, everybody, just hold it. Ugh, I just want the person in chat who has... I don't know what Femi is. I know, I just...
I am overburdened.
I'm not trying to bring it up to cause a controversy and get all the things. I just really, I was super confused. And maybe non-binary is the way that they prefer to be identified as, but how is the she part a part of that? If it's XA such as he, they, that means they use both he, him, his, and they, them, their. Okay, so they just don't want to be called it, so they're identifying more on the female spectrum, but they're not a woman or a girl overall. They just didn't want to be it, they. Isn't it they, them, though? She's non-binary, but comfortable being referred to as she, but sounds like she's feminine presenting, but not considered a woman entirely.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay. So that's the way they're going with it. Just lips of steel, rest of chat. Lips of steel. Thank you. We will move on now. I just really wanted somebody to explain that to me. I asked a lot of people, and I couldn't get an answer from anybody. And I just was confused because, you know, as a streamer, I will deal with these people, with them. See, look at that. Using proper pronouns. And I just, you know, I'm going to have streams at some point with someone that's going to have something like this, whether it's I set it up or we're on a team together or whatever it is. And I just don't want to come across as the guy who's the big jerk for calling the person a girl or a her or whatever when there's a she in the title and I don't get it. Bitcoins, clowns, and pronouns. The title of this stream. We should be able to talk about without repercussion of fear of discussing it. Well, it's just one of those subjects that, you know, people are gonna have a strong opinion about and not always come across with the most empathy.
Good day.
Was the person transgender? I don't know. I have no clue.
I hope this joke comes through all right. Anyway, here goes.
Oh, God.
A businessman calls a Chinese retailer.
Why we gotta
make a
be
purchase.
Chinese?
Hello, I would like to 2 wood. No, I would. No wood. Yes, no wood. I want to buy. Buy? Yes. Good. Buy. Goodbye. Click. He did not make a purchase that day.
Wow. So, then it says run a little bit. Should I stay there as much as there's better spots? Pits are great. I mean, in PD2, running maps generally ends up being better if possible. Rent or buy a house. You know, it just depends on your situation. There is no clear-cut winner in every scenario, and that's the important thing to remember.
Your presence honors me.
So it's not buy greater than just because your grandma, who never picked up a finance book in her life, said so. Told you one time.
I am overburdened.
It's like asking magnets, how do they work? Nobody knows. We've got some general idea, you know, with it, of course, in the fields and such, but we don't really know. That's what I got out of Physics 2. The entire time of Physics 2, we learned about how magnets work, and at the very end of it, we learned that we don't really know how magnets work. Modern science doesn't fully explain it. No. Magic. That was the answer. After an entire semester learning everything, eventually it was just magic. Maybe there's some advanced physics too that talks about atom alignment in creating the magnetic fields. We didn't get that far. We ended at magic.
I am overburdened.
Probably true. There's probably some quantum further discussion with it. Clown magnets?
I am overburdened.
Pretty much Korean. Eels just unhinge their jaw and another eel swims out. Sounds about right. I mean, they technically do have that second eel mouth inside of their mouth. So an eel bites something and then the other little eel inside of them comes up, or their second mouth, and bites it and pulls it back. Which is the craziest, true, disgusting thing ever. Nice, Stubby. I did not have sugar and eggs today, no. I had pizza rolls for breakfast. Because I'm a real adult. Sorry, SMT. Ooh. If only they were unique, I would have been so happy. I actually thought they were for a second because the studded leather dropped unique. Very sad. Over 30 IK armors? Oh yeah, that's the same for me. I have 10 unique armors or 9 or 10 unique armors and like 60 IK armors.
Good day.
You're lying about the pizza rolls? Nope. I didn't have time for any other food. I woke up at 9 because I had a chess lesson from 9 to 10:30. I did the chess lesson. I went back to bed, and then I woke up at 2:30 and went, I gotta go! And I didn't have time to go get Chipotle or anything, so pizza rolls it was. Anna and Lizzie. Musichuk.
I am overburdened.
I figured saying Anna wasn't enough for a lot of people. No. Anna Musichuk. She's Grandmaster. The strongest of the Annas.
Your presence honors me.
Imagine just saying Anna, right? I want to show you guys one of the puzzles we did today. And I'm not even going to let you guys try and figure it out because it's stupid. It's It's a disgusting puzzle. Is playing chess my version of being a clown? I guess so. All right. Let me window capture. Okay. Learn analysis. Let me just do this actually, and then we'll go like this. Okay. Setup.
Happy llama, sad llama, mentally disturbed llama, super llama, drama llama, big fat mama llama, 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 llama. Who is this big llama? Starting all this drama. It's me, bitch.
As a former chef, I am giving you this $25 to get a real meal so that you're not eating pizza rolls for breakfast every day.
What's
Please
wrong
use
with
it for
pizza
that.
rolls for breakfast? My goodness. Thank you. Okay. I need to do this. Should be like that. Okay. Right there. Something's wrong. We're missing a pawn here. Perfect. Okay. I don't have a PGN? No. Here is the puzzle. White to move. Now it's crazy. I'm just going to show you guys this puzzle. I'll give you maybe a tiny bit to think about it. You play H3, you get mated. GG. You play H4, you get mated. GG. You play bishop takes C5, you get mated. GG. You play queen takes D7, you get mated. GG. Bishop to H4. Correct. The only move stopping mate. Do they take here? They do not. Now, threatening mate. What's your move? Queen here, you get mated. That's right. Bishop to f2. Queen to d8. You get mated. Additionally, you get mated. Queen to c2. You get mated. No, the correct move is bishop to f2. Because now you either get repetition or they take. What's your move? That's right. Queen to f4. Maintaining control and not allowing this push. Okay. Force capture. What's your move? H4? Cool. You're mated. There's nothing you can do here. What, take there. Game's over. Queen to b3. You're mated. Queen takes bishop. You lose the race. Queen to d3. You still can't stop my mate. The correct move, as some of you have said, is h3. Now, why is it h3? Because you have one move here to get a stalemate. Absolutely disgusting puzzle. Because they have to take, because they anything else, and you know you're just gonna mate them, right? Whatever you want, you just mate. They play c4. I mean, it doesn't matter. You take, and then you've got mate coming. King c8. Yeah. Anyways, that was one fascinating position today that I just failed on over and over again.
Good day.
Can you move queen to a4? No, you get mated. If you move your queen to a4, I just push the pawn to c4, and you're mated because you can't get in front of it, and you can't take my bishop because the queen was right there. That was what I actually thought as well. I played queen to a4 in that position and planned for take on d7, but then c4 is mate, so... But I quit PD2. You know, I did so much PD2 Season 1. And servers were kind of struggling in season 2, and I wasn't going for first 99, so I figured, you know, I'm good. But why? But why what? What rating is that puzzle? If that puzzle's not 3,000 plus, then everything I know is a lie. Truly Trekkie with $25 to get a real meal so you're not eating pizza rolls for breakfast. That is enough for 3 Chipotle burritos. That's 3 real meals right there. Thank you very much, Truly Trekkie. Rather test the remaster off stream. Wow. Why do I always come back to vanilla? Because it's just better. It just ends up being better. Mods inherently through their player bases and whatever stuff. And this is kind of one of the things you also find with active games. They just continue to power creep. Whenever there's more changes, Season 2 already, we've seen big power creep get added in. And a game that was supposed to be, you know, from the initial creation of PD2, talking with Senpai and stuff, not have that much power creep in it and be very similar to the same level of regular D2, there's already a decent amount of power creep in just Season 2. The crafting and corruptions and all that stuff is, it just ends up kind of being the way. That being said, mods are still a lot of fun. Community of PD2 is not my favorite. Mod is definitely a very fun one. Demangy, thank you. But, you know, a lot of times they try and solve too many problems for you or try and do a little too much. And it just doesn't play the same. It's fun, it's a good time, but it just doesn't quite get that same itch that regular D2 has. And that's why I always have caution with big changes to to D2 Remaster, because this game is very finely crafted in a lot of ways, and I'm always, you know, skeptical of even small changes. You do too much, the inventory's too big, the whatever stuff happens, and the game gets, you run into issues. Is it power creep always going to happen if they add more content? I mean, not true. You know, I look at a game like Dota. I don't think Dota has constantly power crept so much, despite tons and tons of changes over the time. And it's because they balance around nerfs a lot of time. Is a character the meta character? They nerf it. Then characters are underused. They buff the ones that are underused. The nerfs the ones that are overused. And they keep balancing around, and there's a lot of delicacy with all of that. Delicacy is probably not the right word. There's a lot of precision in how they fine-tune it in, but a lot of times, you know, nerfing stuff and things like that is a big thing. So, for instance, level 30 in Ag Shard is very power creepy. Yeah, it has kind of power creep some, but I'm saying a lot of the changes and a lot of the patches didn't have power creep. For instance, a change you could make would be, once again, doing like I said, keep the inventory the same, but only do half the inventory as charms. So the other half of your inventory has to not be charms and be open. Now, you've nerfed the game some, while keeping a lot of the integrity of the game. And, you know, that's a big shift there in how it plays. Without giving a giant inventory that now makes inventory space, you know, not a problem anymore. Because once again, problems in games are often where a lot of the strategy and the fine-tuning and the game's personality comes from. The annoyances and the problems. When you remove too much of that, you sterilize it so much, and the game kind of loses some personality. And, you know, I feel like we see that in a lot of modern ARPGs and a lot of modern games.
Good day.
Too much inconvenience gets removed, and there's not enough. We have a whole talk on that. I have an hour-and-a-half rant where I just go off on YouTube. At 22 minutes in, I say last thing, and then it ends up being an hour and a half. You know, that's how it goes. So. Nikki D, man. What if the barbarian had a sister, though? Big changes, then. Yeah, there's a lot of bugs in the game, Paps. And some of them they could keep, many of them they could fix. They're looking at all those. Yeah, PD2 community definitely has some more aggressive people on it. Not as enjoyable to play with all the time. Would I consider marathon MF streams for MSL before D2R? Sure. Oh, that's a good point. I need to... message humility. We'll see if they do anything with JSP. But I doubt it. I mean, to deal with JSP requires just a lot of crackdown from, you know, staff. They just have to be very observant and watching of it. Would I want to create my own mod of D2? You know, I'd probably be... I wouldn't want to physically create it, but I'd probably be down for designing some stuff with a mod and just playing around with things and testing things out in it. I'd probably try and just combine some of the elements of some other stuff with some of the best things from D2 and keep it very similar to the way it is. There, you would not get a lot of, you know, things like adding corruptions. I probably wouldn't put that sort of stuff into my mod. It's cool, but probably gives a little too much power. I mean, it's definitely still cool though. Like, I think those are fun, you know? Not saying they're bad. Mod where melee characters are decent. They'd be better, but not as good as a lot of mods make them.
Good day.
Why am I welcoming additional content? I mean, it's like when they added the Pandemonium event, you know? Add more content like that? That sounds great. That sounds super fun. Just, you know, do it with caution.
Where can I take
That's
you?
all. Yo, Sinstar! Thank you so much. Mwah! Love the Trolls of Destruction. actually really good. I think I have to go play through with other characters now. At least all of them through normal, and then we'll pick one to like go through hell or something. Derpy! Oh god. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Good day.
I calculated time to find. I mean, we're thousands of hours in. I just. At some point, I just stopped calculating. Gotta quit driving myself insane with all that. Would I remove charms and replace them with sisters instead? It's a good question. You know, I'd honestly be interested in a mod without charms and or with a very limited set of charms. I've always believed that D2LOD had too much focus on charms. Like, it's nice to have a charm, and maybe it's just nerfing charms. Maybe that's the best way to do it, right? It's nice to have charms that are like 14 life, 16 mana, and maybe not even that. You know, 3 faster run walk, 9 fire res. Like, having charms like that, having charms that are cold res 30, all res 14, you know, fire res 8, whatever. Like, some of these charms are nice because they're great as just a filler piece, you know? So you sit there and you're like, cool. Like, this is nice. I'm running through the game. I need some cold res. I'm at the end stage. I don't have the best gear in slot yet. I need a little bit of XYZ. The biggest issue is when they all turn into just, you know, all of these bad boys, right? Oh, 36 to life GC with the skiller, and it just, your whole inventory is all skillers, or 7MF, 7MF, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, right? Like, so much. You know, they get too strong. And so, I think having some limits there, whether it be, like I say, a smaller charm section that you can only have, or charms are just worse, maybe. So there's stuff that you use here and there, but they aren't always something that you're like, yeah, I need to put this in my inventory. So I've always thought that charms are a little bit too overpowered. What if they degrade like armor but couldn't repair? I mean, it's an interesting idea. I wouldn't exactly say that's charms. I guess you could do a charm and it runs out of its magic or something. Be kind of annoying to constantly cycle them. But, you know, the big issue is people would just keep them all for like dueling and whatever, and then they just have it, and, you know, it'd just be a thing that you constantly have to like rebuy. So, who knows? All right, you guys, I am going to drop for the day here. On Wednesday, we're going to do a co-stream with Adelaide Kane. You guys know her as Mary Queen of Scots, possibly. Some other things, maybe. Steven, thank you. Tomorrow, we're going to do a co-stream with Anna Cake Live. So we got two co-streams coming up. That'll be fun. Thank you, Alt2. Thank you, Steven. Mwah! Kisses to you both. So I'm going to go hang with her and teach her a little D2 right now, and then we'll play Diablo 2 there and have some fun. Thank you guys, though, for being here and watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I know today was a little short. Tomorrow we'll have a longer stream. And yeah, maybe football. Maybe. I think just more Nerf would be better. Peace out, you guys. Have a good one. Thanks for being here. I always appreciate it. No Mang songs today. No Mang songs. Just another minute Monday. Eradicate my foes and Turatonic say that. Many moons have passed since I left the town of Tristram behind me. Since then I've tried to forget the terrors I beheld beneath the cold earth and the twisted nightmares that have haunted my every waking moment. There's something dark within me now. I can feel it. Ice blast to the past, a bit of killer's mastery class, an orb of ice, a centrifuge recasted the fast, a frozen mass. They shattered into glasses of ash, a chill and blizzard wizards cast, and now I'm gone in a flash. And we don't stop, a nova proc, a weapon swap, a unique drop. We're tearing through this chaos. Listen to our master rap to flock. The last who popped the moment stopped. He's finally free. Not even death can save me from me. Holy bolt, holy shield, holy freeze. I might smite the Lord of Terror unto his knees. I'll set free the beast within just to watch him bleed. Pure concentration, no salvation, just to restore peace and bring order to the world. The desecration from my sword, he start a war. I'll massacre the core foundation of the law. This ain't no soul in search of answers, just a hero with a T. And by the time I finish slaying, there won't be Diablo 3. Lord of destruction, Lord of corruption, Lord of the hate and pain. I instigate a flow so great, eviscerate the syndicate. I decimate, eradicate my foes and Turatonic state. They suffocate, choke on my name. Lord of seduction, Lord of disruption, Lord of the lies, Belial hides inside. He's terrified, mass genocide. My master rhymes identify the stale while they listen as I amplify. Specify it's time to die. Bring it back to the master of the track. Travel east to find the beast so I can slay him with my rap. Don't need flails or a sword. Tie my hands behind my back. Like a shop up, I'ma kill him with my lyrical attack. Time to let out my battle cry. I don't find the time to grind a level 9 to 9. Support the party blizzard wizard and that summon god. I stand to tank the flanking dolls, but when I try to fight, my damage lacks. Decrepified, I can't attack. I spent my life mastering axes, now I'm damned to cat. Or cries of anguish, they don't care, they want the mana back. Dead dreams of prestige, honor, valor. Now I stand and rap, I go slow. A mental block from years ago, still trapped inside my mind. The frigid highlands, all I know. Yet as I hit my blows, my vengeance charges start to grow. Look out, Diablo, this barbarian's about to steal the show. I spit fire, but not the weak like Inferno. E-botted poison over shots crushed from my goblin toes. Line by line, I'm breathing rhymes in a red lightning hose. And if you're caught up in this flow, your corpse just might explode. Lord of destruction, Lord of corruption, Lord of the hate and pain. I instigate a flow so great, eviscerate the syndicate. I decimate, eradicate my foes and Turatonic state. They suffocate, choke on my name. Lord of seduction, Lord of disruption, Lord of the lies, Belial hides inside. He's terrified, mass genocide. My master rhymes identify the stale while they listen as I amplify. Specify it's time to die. Catastrophe, matactalic bashing me. Can't throw blows cause I chose my caricature. Tornadoes, dodging mobs like it's an allergy. Pattern war's a product of a master mastery. I pray to D, pray straight blasphemy. I pray to find a glitch or bug to get me past these three. I'll lose my mind if Talik's extra faster, I can't see. Maddox throws it's time to focus, DJ drop that beat. They're afraid of the pain that I ingrain in the brain. Degrade the brave escapades by throwing shade at the name. My rage builds interlay, volcanoes burning away. Can't level 4 hurricane, chill to the core, can't escape. Soon be no more disengrave statues of gold that I say you're worthy hero. Now go slay the Lord of destruction today. Source and controls road's fate. Get to the throne to delay your only hope. Take a moment now, ready, set, play. Lord of destruction, Lord of corruption, Lord of the hate and pain. I instigate a flow so great, eviscerate the syndicate.
destruction of reality, a moment of silence, please. Beware foul demons and beasts.